Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Midcard Mess Podcast. I am your host, not one, not two, but all three faces of Jamal, and this is your wrestling news. Alright, so we are here on February 13th, 2025. This is basically the go-home show of the AEW Dynamite, getting prepared for Saturday's Grand Slam in Australia. Australia is going to be having their big Grand Slam. AEW is going to have their big Grand Slam show in Australia on Saturday, the same day as NXT Vengeance Day. So we'll see how that's going to turn out for AEW or whatever not. But, here are basically the results. Oh, man. I'm a little tired. I'm a little sore. I've been freaking training a little bit, so just don't mind me. I will be talking AEW Dynamite and also giving you a TNA preview for tonight, because tonight's TNA Impact is going to be explosive with two major title matches, NXT appearance, and also freaking other things that is going to be playing out for TNA. But let's get into AEW Dynamite. AEW had a big show. They had the AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line with the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, versus the Gun Club, or the Guns, or the Bang Bang Gang, whatever you want to call them. Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, the Ass Boys. But don't make no mistake about it. These niggas is really not ass. Just because they're the sons of Billy Gunn, the Ass Man doesn't make them the Ass Boys, but it's okay. And then you also have Dustin Rhodes versus MJF in a freaking rivalry match. MJF been talking a lot of shit about Legends the past couple weeks, and Dustin Rhodes want to fucking try to put a stop to it. The Trios Championships was on the line, where the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta, Pac, and Claudio Castagnoli faced the Undisputed Kingdom, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. Max Caster, the best wrestler alive, with a open challenge. Megan Bayne, the newest acquisition in action. And then freaking Chris Statlander, Penelope Ford, and Copeland to speak. Hangman Adam Page was the one who decided to do the open challenge for Max Caster. That was the opening thing for the night, and Hangman Adam Page absolutely destroys Max Caster. This is going to be a fucking thing where Max Caster keeps challenging people and losing. This reminds me of 2006 MVP, where I guess he was losing. He was on a losing streak. It was either MVP or Matt Hardy. They were just dead ass on a losing streak, and then they won the United States Championship, which then led them to winning the Tag Team Championship. It's something like that going on with Max Caster. I could see that. Ricochet then cuts a promo on beating Swerve Strickland, and that beef is not over. The road is not done. Ricochet took the freaking embassy jacket away from Swerve last week, so that fade still got to be made. The Trios Tag Team Championships was on the line. The Death Riders facing the Undisputed Kingdom. This match was high-paced, action-packed. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong did what they had to do, but at the end of the day, the Death Riders were the ones with their hands raised. Wheeler Yuta, Pac, and Claudio Castagnoli still retains their AEW Trios Championship. Wheeler then pinned Kyle O'Reilly with a low blow, which then the Death Riders continued to try to attack Adam Cole, and then, they started beating the hell out of the Undisputed Kingdom, but Daniel Garcia, Daddy Magic, and Angelo Parker, the Cool Hands and stuff like that, made the save. So eventually they might have to catch the fade with the Death Riders. Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir walked backstage when Cope and Jay White suddenly blindside them. Cope and Switchblade steal the briefcase that has the AEW World Championship. Mox recovers and starts to freak out. Renee Paquette, which is Jon Moxley's wife, is backstage interviewing MJF. Hangman Page interrupts, saying that MJF, making fun of MJF of his drinking problem. But yeah, man, Page asks him to hit him with something a little more complex. So Page says that he's basically bullshitting his whole fucking, bad guy persona, and that, people fucking cheer for him. It just makes him fucking sick. He says, prove to him that, you are a legitimate badass, and, you're not a badass. Like MJF basically pulled Hangman's coat, saying that like all you've been doing is bitching about Swerve and fucking trying to beat people up and shit like that. So it doesn't really fucking matter. Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuri Shibata defeated Aaron Solo, John Cruz, and Rosario Grillo. At the end of the match, Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata defeated those guys. They formed a group. It's called the Ops, and then they challenged the Patriarchy to a match next week. So Christian, Kip Sabian, and Nick Wayne probably gotta catch the fade with the Ops. The fact that they're called the Ops is crazy to me. Shibata don't know nothing about no damn Ops. Get the fuck up out of here. Pack that shit the fuck up. Renee Paquette then joins Chris Jericho and discusses Brian Keith's failed attempt to catch the bounty on Bandito, but Jericho wants to handle the situation in a showdown. Keith threatens Paquette not to embarrass him again, and then that's going to be the end of that. Moxley and Marina Shafir is going crazy backstage looking for the briefcase. Maria Shafir chokes out Willow Nightingale as Renee Paquette was interviewing her, and Mox said Cope is a dead man, so Adam Copeland is basically a dead man. Chris Jericho and Bandito come down to the ring for a showdown. The lights dim, and then freaking Brian Keith, the Bad Apple, freaking jumps Bandito. Then Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum comes to save the day, but then Big Bill comes and finishes the job. But Powerhouse Hobbs was not about to have that shit happen, and then he fucking put hands on them instead. So that's like a 5-on-3 at that point. They had to pack that shit the fuck up. Adam Copeland and Jay White then come to the ring. They tell Moxley to meet them in the ring, and they gonna break the briefcase to, says that Moxley doesn't care about AEW at all, and they get in this kerfuffle, and it is what it is. They try to grab the briefcase back, which they do, but they run away with the briefcase and stuff like that. But Hangman and Jay White and Adam Copeland are they're slated to face the Death Riders at Grand Slam on the weekend, so gotta be on the lookout for that. Dustin Rhodes hypes his matchup with Renee Paquette, says that MJF is a fucking bum ass, bitch ass, punk ass, and whatever not. Give him all the fucking words, but at the end of the day, he's gonna be the one that freaking puts fear in that boy's heart and making sure that he's fucking up to snuff. MJF ends up having a great match with Dustin Rhodes and defeats Dustin Rhodes with the crossface. So it is what it is. The Fujiwara armbar wasn't enough, so he just made him tap out and pass out. So Dustin Rhodes passed out. After the match, MJF continued to attack Dustin after the match, but then Hangman came and made the save, and then these boys were fucking beating the hell out of each other in the crowd. MJF got on the microphone and bragged that Hangman was just mad pussy, and then Hangman came back and then beat the hell out of him, and then they got separated again. There was a vignette that actually played with Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega versus Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita on Saturday. Megan Bayne came down to the ring and smoked Maya World. Unfortunately for Maya World, she didn't get that much, hits in or whatever not. Megan Bayne comes to the back, and then Chris Statlander, she attacks Chris Statlander after the match. Harley Cameron, which is slowly becoming one of my favorite women in AEW, is just showing how much talent that she really has. She does her vignette with the Mercedes Moné Muppet, and she, she's out here rapping, she's out here singing, she's out here doing the ventriloquism and all that, but then she cuts a fucking fierce promo saying that she's gonna walk out the TBS champion in Australia on Saturday, so we will see. The Hurt Syndicate versus the Guns. Man, the Guns had absolutely no fucking chance here. I don't care what people said or what people thought. I know that Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn are former AEW Tag Team Champions, but I guarantee you there's no other former Tag Team Champions that were on the level of what these guys are fucking doing. The Hurt Syndicate is just hurting people. They hurt people. They hurt people. The crowd is jacking it. You know what I'm saying? They are really fucking, these guys are fucking for real. They're just, the dominant tag team in AEW, and there's nobody else that's even close. Lance Archer and Brian Cage then come out to confront the champions afterwards, so that's a fade that I'm actually looking forward to, being that Lance Archer and Brian Cage are part of the Don Callis family, and that might give them something to do for like some championship contention. Maybe add a little gold to the Don Callis family, maybe not. So I want to see the Hurt Business continue to hurt people type shit. Mariah May then cuts a promo backstage saying that she wants to fucking give Tony Storm a mercy killing on Saturday in Australia. Yeah, man, like it's just mad chaos and shit like that. At the end, Jay White and Copeland come to the ring. Copeland brings back Spike, which is like a spiked fucking 2x4 thing. He says, you're going to give me a fucking championship, man. He basically whined and complained his way to get a championship match. And it goes down to this. I've been saying this, like, I'm not trying to pack up Adam Copeland because, like, you know, he could still go. But at the same time, it's like, you bitched and complained to get your title match while everybody else is out here wrestling matches. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's stop it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you want to go against this version of Jon Moxley. It's kind of insane to see. You know, there's a lot of people that don't believe in Moxley's hype. You know, that I don't want to say who, but like, you know, somebody that is well connected with the wrestling industry doesn't believe the Jon Moxley Death Riders hype, like, you know, getting choked out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is what the Death Riders want to do, and this is what the Death Riders are trying to appeal to. So we do got Jay White and Adam Copeland versus Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli on freaking Saturday. So that is it. Gonna be it for AEW Dynamite. It was a show, like, you know, it wasn't really too much of a go home show, but they did what they could do, and hopefully, like, you know, it's gonna take some doing, because NXT Vengeance Day is also on that same day. I don't know if they're gonna run it at the same time. No, they're not. They're actually not. WWE doesn't care about the NBA All-Star game. So NXT is competing with the All-Star weekend, but you know, WWE also has dipped its toes in the All-Star weekend, being that Bayley is in the celebrity game that weekend. Yeah, man, she's not only in the celebrity game, but she's also wrestling that night. I don't know how that's gonna work. She got a fucking fatal 4-way match. Holy shit. Oh well. Like, you know, it is what it is. You know, Bayley's got her match with you know, Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, and Julia for the NXT Women's Championship on NXT Vengeance Day. So we'll see. But AEW got their Grand Slam pay-per-view going on. That's gonna be a good one. Alright, so TNA Impact tonight. Big, huge matchups. Like I said, you got the TNA World Championship and the TNA Knockouts Championship on the line. Masha Slamovich, Savannah Evans getting her one-on-one fade with, you know, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it on for the Knockouts Championship. I've seen this match before in Battle Club Pro. I've seen this in New York so many freaking times already, but I want to see what they can do in a TNA ring for a championship. This is gonna be awesome. That's gonna be one of the matches. I'm a fan of both of these women. Like, I just want to see both of them succeed, but there can only be one. There can only be one. Let's go, Masha. Let's go, Savannah. Whoever wins. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that's going to be a great match. Now, the match that was unexpected to me was Joe Hendry versus Jake Something. Now, I don't know if this is Jake Something's first opportunity at the TNA Championship, but he's going against a very hype train-esque Joe Hendry. And Joe Hendry better not underestimate Jake Something, because, oof, boy, oh boy. Eric Young versus Josh Alexander tonight. You already know that he took Icarus and I forgot his name, but he just changed them to Sinner and Saint, and now they're the Northern Armory. They're about to get it. They're about to get after it. So, and then as I mentioned for Cora Jade's gonna wrestle Xia Brookside in an NXT appearance. This partnership is actually going well, so we'll see how that goes. And that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll see you guys on the next one. And yeah, sorry this came out so late. I just had a hectic schedule, a hectic day, and whatever not. Much gratitude to everybody that does listen to the MedCard Mess podcast. I appreciate and love all of you. Please like, share, subscribe. It's on YouTube. It's on SoundCloud. Join the MedCard Mess group. Follow Three Faces of Jamal. And I will see you guys on the next one. So, peace.